Hi guys, welcome back to the Lo and Behold podcast where we talk about many issues and many things. And today we have an amazing guest who have joined us. And before we proceed, I just wanted to say a big thank you to the support, the love that you guys have been showing us. And we don't take it for granted. An announcement is that we came at number 16 out of 20, like the top 20 legal podcasts dealing with law students, dealing with lawyers. We became number 16 according to Feedspot. Yeah, they did a blog and we were number 16, and we can't have done it without you. So make sure you share this, make sure you go to the polls. We'll put up a poll in the Spotify feature, and yes, share it. So today I'm joined by amazing people that I have met in my campus life as an activist. If some of you know, I am the chairperson of the Amnesty International Club, and Amnesty does a lot on human rights and basically empowering young people to know about their many different rights and the rights that have been trending or that have been very pertinent. And this time is the digital right. So today I'm joined by none other than Chris and Koi. Guys, you're welcome.
Hi.
Thank you.
You can say hi to the viewers and the listeners. So yeah, say hi and maybe introduce yourself.
Hi viewers, my name is Chris Arunga. I am here on this podcast today to talk about digital rights, and I'm excited to be featured on this.
Okay, we're also excited to have you.
My name is Koi. I'm also here representing Linda Data as the creative lead, among other things that I do, but I'm happy to be here. Yeah, can't wait to get into the discussion.
Amazing. So let me start. We usually start with personal questions so that the viewers get to know you. And yeah, so get ready. So I'll ask the first question. What is the best book you've read so far in this year? If you've read any.
I already have an answer.
Okay.
My best book
Yes.
Tuesdays with Mori. Actually, funny enough, sijaibeba leo, but it's about this guy, a young man, and interact na an old professor wake. So while ako at that late stage of his life, and huyu ndo anaanza life yake, so their interaction, the life lessons, like it's so good. It's the best book ever.
Tuesdays by Mori.
The other anaitwa Mitch album.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What about you?
So my current read is called Minaret. It's by Abulela. So I think this is a book that talks about the feminine perspective. You know, as a man sometimes I don't understand.
I didn't see that coming.
So I was trying to understand this other gender. So I was trying to get the perspective from Minaret, and it's really coming up well. So I hope to finish in the next 1 week. Sijaimaliza bado.
Okay, amazing. For me, I'm reading several books, but the one that I'm currently reading is the Intersex Persons and Their Rights. It's written by Honorable Justice Chigiti, Senior Counsel.
Okay.
So nice reads. Second question is, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Chris, najua una.
Coco. I'm on diet.
Okay.
I think chocolate too.
Chocolate,
yeah.
Okay.
Chocolate.
All right. Which course did you do in uni?
University, I did education. Of course, at that
You're
point,
a teacher.
I wanted to teach, but at some point it left, and I came into activism. Now that's why I practice.
Amazing.
Nilifanya international relations, double major international relations and diplomacy at Riara.
The double major.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. What did you do apart from your course during your university days?
Well, I was very proactive. I was one of those proactive people. I was in the debates club. I was in Kenya Model UN. Yes, I was in the cultural Nini. I can't remember the name of the club. And then we also founded the UNESCO club at Riara.
Wow.
Yeah, so those were the main ones. What else? There was also some others to do with EAC, but I was the active person. Your list itendelea. Yeah, that list is so long. Because I think even afterwards, after when I graduated in 2021, I actually got an award for that.
Amazing.
Like
Wow. And what about you?
So in campus, I used to do a lot of public interest litigation. Let's say, for example, there's something wrong in the school. I was the Ukio Mtata of MKU. So I will rush the evidence with papers, petitions, and sometimes it got me into problems, but here we are.
So let's say the food is bad. You're the one
Not actually food, just about public interest. For example, school fees, quota 75%. Let's say, for example, people are complaining about how they've been handled by the staff.
Yeah.
I did that a lot. In fact, it got me into problems. I almost lost my position in university.
Way okay. So
Proper
activism
Activism
didn't start yesterday.
Started, I
Wow.
think, way before.
Okay. All right. Amazing. I love that. Do you have a role model? I know you guys are young and you're doing the most, but do you have people you look up to?
Yeah. Does it have to be one?
No, yeah, you can mention as many as possible.
Well, I have a list of 3. Of course, my parents, like, of course, like I look up to them. Family mekwa poa. Just this Sunday, they had their wedding.
Wow.
They've been together for 30 years and then they just had their wedding.
Wow,
at 30
congrats.
Didn't invite us.
Imagine.
You didn't invite us there.
Yeah, ni mko busy. So my parents, the first one, the next one I think actually Wangari Maathai, because I mean
Wangari,
she's
wow.
an icon.
She's an icon for real.
Everything, even just aside from climate, just whatever she fought for, especially in the advocacy space.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's this dancer and choreographer Anitwa Paris Gobel. I don't know if you've heard of her.
No, Paris Cobel.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's everything. She's a creative. She's a choreographer. She's talented. She's female. She's everything. Like I
She's
want.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's very good. Yeah,
I'll
those are the
definitely-
3.
Okay, I'll definitely check her out. What about you, Chris?
So I'll go to South Africa. My model is Julius Selo Malema, leader of EFF. Such a vibrant leader, very eloquent, and I really like how he does his stuff in South Africa. He's really pushing for the rights of the black people.
black
I take after him a lot and I listen to his speeches. In fact, today he has a podcast and I have to listen to it after this.
Do you have a podcast?
Yes, today he was doing a podcast.
Wow, okay.
So
So you take after him. No, Java. Not at me. I look
Bere.
more like him.
Yeah,
Very-
you look more Afrocentric and
I think I'm waiting for mine to be shipped from South Africa to where
The
an
exact
original
color.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, amazing. So you guys are very interesting. What's something that most of your friends or family or even anyone don't know about you? I don't know if the question makes sense. What do most people not know about you? If you're willing to share, that is.
I think
That's a deep
everyone
one.
knows. No, like I'm trying to think. Well, I love films. I don't know if people know that,
Yeah.
but I do share that online. I love movies. I love visual stuff. So I always try to integrate that in my work. I also in my personal stuff. So like that's like a running theme everywhere. So it feels like people know that, but maybe people don't know the extent to which it
To which-
inspires me. But so
Yeah,
film,
but
visual stuff.
I've been following it. It's really nice. What's the name of that?
Okay, so for the film thing, because
Yeah.
it's called Film Junkies by
Okay.
Koi. So I'm trying to kind of put it there to the level at TKE. But yeah, specifically for the film kind of line, it's Film Junkies.
Film Junkies. Okay. What do most people not know about you?
So I think I find a lot of problems in people because they think I'm a serious person. So when you meet a person for the first time, they want to speak in English. They don't
Yeah.
want to like make jokes. So I'm like, bro,
You're
you
just,
I don't need some jokes. So I'm somebody who is
That's
very
true.
like nakuanga joka, lakini wase wanafikiranga mimi ni mtu serious.
serious.
Yeah.
I can agree. Chris looks serious, but once you get to know him,
Yeah,
Joke.
he's
it's
very
funny.
chill. And
I was even surprised that you are reading a feminist because like
yeah, he's an interesting.
Maybe because I was given the book at the book fair. It was I think last week, but one I was
Oh.
given the book by
God.
the author herself. So.
The author herself.
Yeah, she was there. It was called, I think, can't remember the festival name, I can't, but the author herself gave me 3 books. Yeah.
Okay.
nice.
I need one. Okay. Okay. What's the biggest piece of advice that carries you through life?
I think it's resilience and being resilient and adaptability. Like you don't have, it's not something you grow up with.
Yeah.
It's something like you learn and you kind of seek it out. So even with new challenges I'm able to get into, I always search for how will I be more resilient and adaptability, even opposed from the skills that I need have to be whatever and expertise. Whatever job or whatever passion path you go into, this one is lazima. Resilience and adaptability, because things are always up and down like that.
I agree. You need, especially now with the way things are going, you need to be very adaptable and resilient for you to pay taxes.
Yeah, it starts with the mind, then goes to the body.
Okay. What's the biggest piece of advice you've gotten?
So I think I drive myself with the following statement: what is the worst they can do to me? So as an activist,
I love that.
You always say that,
what is the worst they can do?
I know.
So you always want to like push your limits because they can't do nothing to you. The worst they can do is maybe to expel you. So you just do what you do, just be yourself. So that's something that has really motivated me to this moment.
What's the worst, bro?
What is the worst they can do?
Okay. Do you guys have any regrets?
Regrets. Maybe one, but I'm working on that. So I love dancing. I used to dance like very well.
For real?
Yeah. Then one time in campus, second year, a certain chika kaniambia, okay dancer. So I was like, so dancer na kaji. But then at that time, like my mind was like, I'm good, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Kumbe it actually did affect me. I actually stopped dancing. Like ikaanza kwenda chini. But then I kind of start, doing it again. But that was, because if I don't do that, or if I don't do anything creatively, like to express it in that way, I actually like start getting depressed, like for real. So it did affect me. So I regret how that got turned evil, but now I'm kind of like improving on that and dancing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not your fault. Please dance.
Oh, my fault.
We'll call you to dance.
And how dance,
Okay. What about you?
So for me, I don't believe in regrets. So because I believe that yesterday is gone and tomorrow is forever. So I don't dwell in regrets. So I better do it better tomorrow. Than worry about yesterday. So I don't live in regrets.
Okay.
I did what I did at that moment and it was justified for that. So I live by the consequences of my actions.
Hey. Okay, Julius Malema. So the last one for this segment I would ask is, how do I put it? You have no regrets. You have some, but all this is like mental. And I think a few days ago it was World Mental Wellness Day, if I'm not wrong. Like, do you guys prioritize your mental health?
Yes.
Okay, how does that go?
Okay, make sure I have enough time to rest, to do my thing, my own space.
Yeah.
Right now, especially when we started the whole in the data thing and learning about the digital space, and then seeing that, of course, there's your personal persona in the digital space. Then your work pay aligned in the digital space. You have to actually have boundaries. Like after a month, usually most of my apps, I uninstall them. Then when I get back into work or I get another contract, that's when I go back into those apps, because the line can get so thin. Then you kind of get disoriented. Okay. So time online, I, as much as that is my work and that is why I do the thing, I have a strict nini on that. Okay. And get enough time to sleep. I go and
How long do you sleep?
I sleep whenever I can. 8 hours of usiku, 8 hours. Okay. So if I don't sleep at night, I sleep during the day then. So apart from that, I love movies. I always go to watch movies at Sarit. Okay. So that's also like an outlet for me. And just sitting, doing nothing and writing and thinking. I think a lot.
Yeah, I mean, your creative nature has to come.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that you like take time to delete apps. Yeah, that's interesting. What about you? Do you prioritize mental wellness, Chris?
Yes, so activism sometimes can be overwhelming because it's about carrying the problems of others. So you have to like get also your personal space where like unwind and prepare yourself for the next challenge. So what I do, I travel a lot. I also like have a playlist that I go to every morning before I like start my activities. I go to my special playlist.
You have a special playlist.
Gives me the drive for the day. Okay. So that's how I like take care of my mental health, because if you don't do that with activism, you'll get carried away.
Get burnt out. Haraka sana. Yeah, music also plays a role also in my thing.
Do you have an artist you go to?
Okay. Yeah, there is this song I wanna be there. Yeah, that song. I don't know the artist, but
I wanna be.
I wanna be there when the people start to rise. That is a revolutionary song.
That's a revolutionary
So
song.
it gives me the charge for the day.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. What about your favorite artist?
Me, I listen to everyone. I like everything.
Okay.
But kuna hii album inaitwa LSD. Labyrinth, Sia and Diplo, they did an album together.
Nice.
No, I listened to every song there. Even one of the songs is actually my ringtone.
Can I ask you a
LSD.
question? Yeah, you're a film junkie.
Yeah.
Have you watched Euphoria?
Yes.
Because I really loved the
Yeah,
graphics
Labyrinth,
and
Nini.
everything and Labyrinth and everything.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was really nice.
The perfect match. It was really good.
Amazing. So as we wrap up this segment, is there any question you think maybe I would have asked and I haven't asked?
Not at the moment.
I think this is Kireni says.
Okay, so
Zitakuja tu.
Stakam, okay. So if you're listening to us, please take time to subscribe to our Spotify as we go on to the next segment. See you. Okay, welcome back to the second segment. We're having fun and we're learning with Koi and Chris, and they do amazing work. And like I told you, we met during my campus life when we were doing activism, and they have a program which is called Linda Data, and it's all about protecting and safeguarding. I mean, they will tell us about it, but it's basically protecting your data online. I don't know if you guys have been watching of late. There's so much about data privacy. I think some clubs have been sued, some churches have been sued, because even universities have been sued because you posted someone's pictures without their consent. So I can't wait to have this discussion. So first of all, Chris, what is Linda Data?
So Linda Data, first of all, from the name, it's called Linda plus Data. So Linda is Swahili word for protect, and it basically means protecting data. So this is a group of activists who are like trying to keep the internet safe for young people, because we realize that there are a lot of violations in the internet. So we're trying to like achieve three things. Number one, we are trying to like get young people to know their rights online. So for example, their right to like access information, their right to like delete information. So all those rights, are trying to make them aware of them in the internet.
So
number two, are trying to like hold the big tech companies accountable.
Amazing.
There's this saying that goes that when you are not paying for the commodity, for the service,
the product,
the commodity. Yeah. So we're trying to like also hold them accountable in terms of how they handle client data. So Linda Data was convened, I think, last year, a group of 5 activists, and we are now doing the campaign online, because we realized that every 10 people, 7 are on the internet. So we have only one option to make the internet accessible and safe for our young people.
So most people who are on the internet, on TikTok, are young people. So that's what you're trying to create awareness on their rights.
Yeah, just to make them safe.
Okay, and I think that is majority of Gen Z. And I would love to ask, so since your inception last year, have you guys achieved anything? Have you guys discovered anything? Like you're saying, you've been holding big tech companies accountable. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I think the first thing when we came together, we had a workshop in Mombasa. We went through the training, best practices in doing digital campaigns online for social kind of organizations like Amnesty and even the larger Amnesty in UK. So we did that. Then when we came back, we put our team together. We did a couple of researches. We did a big survey. We had like over 600 responses. Like our initial survey to actually target the specific theme we look at, because the digital space is so wide. There's so many things to talk about. There's so many issues to look into. So there was stuff to do with terms and conditions, stuff to do with disinformation, especially at that time it was just your time elections, so there was that. But then we found out that most people were actually unaware even from the basic thing on data, and what is even data, how do you define
What
it?
is data?
Yeah, because for most people it's like, you go to online and that's it, but there's so much that goes into that. So even starting to break down that whole
thing.
Yeah, the whole space.
Yeah, I know young people don't know that we have the what do you call it, the act.
Yeah, Data
The
Protection
Data
Act
Protection
of 2019.
Of 2019.
I think they know, but they are not taking it seriously.
They know and they're not
They
taking
know.
it seriously.
Yeah.
Like yourself, you are young, you know it, right?
He's a lawyer, but
because
most
I'm a
people out there, even for me, like when I got into it, because I immediately got into Linda Data, Initially, it was called digital disruptors. Before, like, I didn't know. Like, I did not even know. I knew there's, of course, laws that are online. But I didn't know specifically and how I fit into it and why I should actually care about it.
Yeah, so if you're listening, there's a Data Protection Act of 2019.
Yeah.
And we have a data commissioner. I think her name is Immaculate Kasait.
Yeah.
And it outlines what you need to know when you're like online, because if you're going to use data, you're a data subject.
Yeah, data subject.
And then we have data processors,
Data controllers.
So what's the difference between a processor and a controller?
So for a data subject, I think especially that's like where we focus on, because you as a lawyer, you know, sometimes Kenya people say we have the problem of over legislating things, so there's like a lot laws and bringing into that. So like the whole focus on it was on the data subject, specifically for data. For you, the person, what actions can I take and what should I know about it? Because again, we're the main stakeholders, we're the main people who are online, the people benefiting from this. Even the companies that do work, handle these companies, you have to realize they're private companies. They're not owned by the government, so they can do whatever they need to do. So you actually have to know the contract and whatever you're getting into them. So that was the main goal for
the data subjects.
Yeah, the data subject for Linda data specifically.
So you also focus on the rights of data subjects. For example, they have the right to be informed of the use of their data. So the data you're offering to this company, you have the right to ask how it will be processed and how it will be used. Number two, the subject also has the right to access personal data being held by big tech. So you can actually write to a big company and tell them, I want to know what you hold about this person, and they are able to like give that information to you. Number three, the data subject also has the right to object to processing of your data. So you can tell them, no, further from today's date, don't process any of my data within the company. Also, the last thing is to correct and delete data that they hold for you. So, for example, you registered to this platform, but then you have advanced for some years, so you can delete something that currently does not hold from you.
Let's say a tweet,
maybe you identify as a different gender now, you identify as a man, identify like as a trans.
That's a very tricky one, because as much as you say there's the right to erasure and to be forgotten by the companies, but you find online the internet never forgets. You can still mine something and kind of still find it there. So there's like two bits of that. But the main thing here, you'll find, even for everything he has mentioned, there are actually forms and things and how to report all those things at the ODPC, the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner.
So I think the biggest challenge is most people don't know their rights. Okay, the next question I would love to ask is the internet safe for, as me as a Gen Z? I want to go online, I want to tweet. Is it safe for me as Linda Data now? What you guys have discovered?
I think I will say that it depends. It depends. So it depends on how we define safety. So for us, we define safety as the internet being a place where you interact freely. You can access information, you can correct information. That's why we define safety as Linda Data. So to us, the internet should be safe, and that is the objective of our campaign. So it's a relative question, and we can't answer it in a yes or no format.
I'll say
there's a lot of gray lines.
There's a lot, especially when the digital space in the grow. Things are coming up. But I will say it's relatively safe. However, the problem comes in with these big companies, because if you're just there online and doing your thing, and because you don't even see if there's a problem, if you take a picture of your small child and post it there, like it's your friends wako tu wanaona, then you like, why bring a whole fuss about it? The problems are what happens behind the scenes, behind the curtains, with these private-owned companies. How they use the data, why they sell that data, how they sell it, because they actually make millions of selling that data. And then the problem is, sharing data, it's not even a problem. If you consent, it's fine. If you want to share if you want. The thing is, those systems are set up in a way anyone can do whatever they want with it. So you find some of this information and sensitive information sold. It's going to traffickers, it's going to drug people, it's going to these black what are they called? These black sites and whatever those
dark web
places, dark web, and then they used to facilitate some type of crime. So that's where the problem comes in.
Okay.
The internet is relatively safe, but now that shadow side, and then that's where they're making the big money off of just me sharing a selfie. Then you see how it moves from just being me sharing a selfie to actually something that affects a whole society somewhere, where their children are being trafficked and being killed and being targeted by weird people online. You see?
Okay, I agree. So I think what I'm getting is safety is there, and I think also safety starts with you.
Yes.
As if you're online, you're using all these sites, you need to be cautious. And first of all, you just need to know. So is there what are the common harms that, of course, you guys have gotten during this period? Like, umepata, what is being majorly affected? I think you guys, what I got from the discussion we had is that the mobile lending apps, they invade on our privacy, they take our contacts. Unasikia wametext mom, kijana yako anahitaji pesa,
ameshindwa kulipa deni.
Ameshindwa kulipa deni.
They call non-stop.
Should that happen?
I think it depends on whether they explain to you when you are signing in, because the problem is consent. So if you consented and you are well aware of what you are signing into, then there's no problem with that. But in the case you didn't consent and they are doing that, then that is where we come in, and the data protector now comes in at that point.
Yeah. And then now the other issue with that, the other line that we found, the other thing of the campaign we could have done was consent, terms and conditions, because it's not just consent, it has to be informed consent. Sometimes is it terms and we don't even read them, and they're made like that by design. The fonts are so small. They're using big language, or like,
you don't even
I mean, I just need the money, or I just need to access this app, so you just do it. And those companies know exactly what they're doing. It's not, they're not going to say we wrote it there, but okay, how did you write it? Was it really informed consent? So there are also issues in there, but then again, there are these apps which tell you, okay, we will access your contact, you can read your information,
your camera, your location,
and they're put down there. But you see, stuff like that shouldn't happen, because then the opposing thing is, but I still want to access this service, but I have to accept this. Like, there's no other way.
So I think they use our desperation, especially as comrades. You need the money, you want to go out on a date. You just take, you don't even read the terms and conditions. You just sign up and get the money.
And that's the thing with big tech companies. They're private. They can do what they want. If you don't want our money, go somewhere else.
I think that's also part of our campaign. We want to make sure that they simplify the terms and conditions. If possible, they use youth-friendly methods.
Okay, amazing. So you guys have talked about our rights as data subjects. As we finish up, there's this whole issue about the WorldCoin, where people were scanning their eyeballs for money. What's your thoughts on that?
So I think I like it that the government took action through the ODPC. They're able to intercept the machines, and also there's a case in court. So we can't talk about a case in court. Let's wait for the outcomes.
All right. So as a young person,
I can't talk about WorldCoin just a little bit. The thing with that, you see, most young people went in just because they were given money. That's one red flag. Like, okay, why are you giving me money? Okay, it's fine, you're giving me money, but okay, you're giving me money to scan my iris. And then that's, in data protection, kuna personal information or personal data, and then there's sensitive data. Your biometrics, like your iris, your fingerprint, that's sensitive. Your face, whatever, that's sensitive. So that's would have been the first alarm. And it is interesting, even before it went to how people were doing it online at the supermarket. Apparently it was already happening in unis, in campuses and all that.
I hear sometime back 2018, 2019, they were already here.
They were there. They have been here for some years.
So you see, if someone felt and knew that is a sensitive thing for them, like my iris, my eyes, that doesn't sound well, doesn't make sense, and you're giving me money for it doesn't make sense. Like, one of the conditions people are looking at, some solutions for things, is where instead of companies taking our data secretly, see, they just tell us, I decide how much data I want to give you, and then you pay me money. But then that transaction doesn't make sense, because as much as you want to make the internet safe, you also want to make it accessible. So it doesn't become another place or platform for separation, kukwetana na gap ingine between the rich and the haves and the have-nots. So it's a whole thing.
That's interesting. If you are watching this or listening, just know that if the product is free, I mean, you are the product, and okay, you use that information however you want. How can I be safe online as a young person? I've not done law. I'm just, maybe I've done BCom. I'm not into law. How can I be safe online?
So we insist on the consumer trying to understand the terms of service of that particular platform. So try to read and understand terms and conditions, and also you need to realize you don't have to grant every permission to access the service. So try to look at the permissions, the one you can skip without, like the one that are sensitive, location, camera, all those. So try to get what you can skip and still use the service, and also try to limit the applications you have on your phone. Try to have as little as possible.
Have little apps.
Yeah, because that means less data being collected from you.
Okay. I've been told that WhatsApp, even though it's end-to-end encrypted, is not that safe. Is that true? Because I hear there's other apps like Signal. So if you're watching out, there is always more safer apps out there.
Yeah, it depends, honestly. And sometimes we don't even read those things.
Yeah.
For being safe online, I will say I'm more on the behavioral kind of interventions, because you have policy for lawyers like you and structural stuff for the government. So me, I'm on the behavioral side where it comes into the person. Again, having all this knowledge, one of our core pillars is kind of filling that knowledge gap between people, being aware of that. And then the other thing will honestly be, now since we can't always put the burden on us, the individuals, the data subjects, because you find to even hold some of these companies, even companies like Safaricom, to hold them accountable, you have to have a lot of money, and how many your time to get all that money. Then it comes to the government and to actually agencies like the ODPC, and being able to help them, or to even to report to them, so that they're able to actually do their work well. So yeah, I think those two areas.
All right. So I love what you guys are doing. So if I want to get in touch with you and maybe follow what you guys are doing, where can I find the data?
So maybe some last words from us before we summarize.
Okay. You want to give your parting shot? I wanted it to put at the end, but okay.
So I will say that digital rights are a part of human rights, and they are non-negotiable. So we don't have an alternative. Let us make it safe for our young people in the internet.
Okay.
Yeah. The same for me. Online right now, we have the whole movement on digital rights and protection of digital rights. There's something Mozilla is also doing right now called Reclaim the Internet, so that it's, for the people, again, not something by a syndicate or something else. So just being cautious, being aware, but also not being afraid. Sometimes most of this conversation is talked out in a light of, we should protect, like almost a negating light. It's not bad, like being online and sharing stuff, it's good. Good. But to a degree, and then you also have to actually be aware and to apply your sense and common sense. But also in the same time, they're actually governments and agencies tasked to do this specific thing. Just like we have kanjo for people on the streets, there has to be order. We can't just live in chaos. So just being aware of all those different dynamics and playing to them, and
Okay, so digital rights are human rights.
And non-negotiable.
And are non-negotiable.
Can you give them our handles?
So on Twitter, which is X, but I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, formerly X.
Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just Linda Data. If you just type Linda_data or Linda_data_ or Linda Data Kenya, you'll find it there. Our email is, you'll find our email there, but it's hello@lindadata.co.ke, I guess. Yes, and our website also lindadata.co.ke.
Okay.
You'll find us there.
Amazing.
I'm there online. I'm the one there.
Okay. What does the future look like online?
The future looks bright because we have a lot of interventions right now from the government. I think it's now getting into the government that it's important to protect digital rights. That's why you see we have an Office of Data Protector. There are a lot of conversations now taking place even in the rural areas about digital rights. So the future looks bright.
Amazing. Yeah, the future also looks very people-centric. That's why we're having campaigns like this being created even by the larger Digital Disruptors Network. They have work that they're working on for 6 years, just specifically stuff to do with digital rights and online work. And Linda Data is just a small part of that whole 6-year project. Okay. So this is the time to do this kind of thing, and the future is really going to be people-centered type of internet and access. yeah, so it's as much as we see technology really progressing in AI, and sometimes
And
we
the
feel like
AI.
we're being replaced, but you're actually not being you are not being replaced.
So we are okay.
Yeah. So it's just being able to understand, to see this, and to actually have that knowledge to do it. Because once you do it, you'll be talking like this and being an
Yeah.
expert in that field, and you actually see it for what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that. The future is bright. I think we had so much to talk about, but time is running out. So we'll
30
organize
minutes.
another one.
Next time should be 2 hours.
Next time should be 2 hours so that we have even the whole team and even maybe some guests to give us various insights, because we've not talked about TikTok and the live and whatever.
Yeah.
And the AI, that's the advent of
And
AI. NPCs or whatever. So yeah, so make sure you follow our content. We are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we are everywhere. We are on Apple Podcast. Yeah, you can give out your personal handles if you don't mind.
I think they are still on the website, so just go to our website, we'll get our profiles and our handles there.
Okay.
Mine is the Co-Element Company, or Koi_TKE, but the Co-Element Company, you'll find it there.
Okay. By the way, what does the Koi Elements Company?
Well, it's a digital campaign management company. So it's just, you know how you have project management for work you do in the office or administration?
Yeah.
Not for any type of work you need in the digital space. I do that. But I now focus specifically on the visual storytelling side of it and the creative side of it.
Amazing. So guys, that's been Lo and Behold podcast. May the Lord be with you. Adios.